And we're back with part 6.
Part 6.
Okay.
The first part that actually begins with Team 2.
Yep.
Team 2, Team B. It kept flip-flopping on what terms we were using. And oh my god, funniest line of the entire thing. My favorite line in this entire movie was Brad. That's not even a person!
Oh, hi, Lisa.
Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my...
Slam.
I can't remember if this was in the script or not, what Brad says here. Hi there.
God, Brad has such a sexy voice.
And the good background details, everyone's like at first confused with what the hell he's talking about, but then when they start catching on quickly and they all smile and like, yeah! Oh yeah, that's totally why we're here. Come in, strange people dressed up in various costumes.
I don't know what she's so concerned about because her roommate is freaking Ask That Guy. You know? All sorts of debauchery must be going on in there.
They start digging in the hardwood floors.
I can't remember if I do recall everyone signing that piece of that duct tape blanket that we had.
I think that's probably going to be one of the things that ends up being sold from this.
Yep.
I think a few of the costumes are being sold.
Yep, and this actual basement is
Doug's basement.
Yep. But that was a different house that they came in on, so...
Yep. It's a dimensional warp zone.
Yep.
What is she doing in my house? God, he's so evil.
I know.
I think we're all just terrified of him. Oh God, what's he gonna do to us?
He's just so completely amoral, I think that's his character, but... This is the laundry room.
Looks like it's in there.
Does not contain the voice of the ancient world.
And they say, and Brad said that this was their most hated line. I think that line works perfectly well. Sure, it doesn't make any sense, but it's another Indiana Jones line.
Yep.
And he's into character.
And, too, that people were saying, oh yeah, I guess the angry video game nerd's not going to make an appearance in this one. It's like, just wait until it's over. He's here.
Guy loves working with us. We love having him, too. Yeah, what? It's always that contrasting thing. I think people were hoping that the voice would become like Navi.
Yeah.
I think this is funnier.
Yeah.
It's better to have it less. It's less generalized is better. If there was more specific, to have them be like specific references, I don't think it'd be quite as funny.
Yeah.
And so it's better to have just like a great light, a booming voice, just generic dark figures with swords. And actually, the cloaks are probably the closest you're going to get to a specific thing spoofing with the Nazgul.
Yep.
But this, just a grander fantasy at work, without actually being a direct parody of something, I think it works so much better.
Mm-hmm. And I think, they mentioned in the other commentary, but when we were actually at Daishokan, we saw the newest Harry Potter movie, or at least the part 1, and that was the one thing that really stood out amongst Doug was the writ.
There was a sequence with like animated, with like only like 3 or 4 frames of animation per thing of just like arms swinging and fighting, and it looked like something you'd see out of a storybook. Right,
and if you look at that that's actually the sorcerer from 3rd edition Dungeons and Dragons modified.
Well, what Doug says is that that they were all originally redrawn by him, so it's very likely that he either traced it or drew or did a similar, or just used it as a reference posing.
It's pretty much even features on it are very heavily influenced, because if you'll notice he's got like a spiky gauntlet on one hand and the other hand is kind of in a claw shape. Yeah, that's the sorcerer from
no, it was traced or whatnot. We gotta replace the image then.
No, it's not traced, it's modified, but you can, it's, if you look at it, you can definitely see the inspiration behind it. I forgot what that sorcerer's name is, but on the left arm there.
I don't know what that pad. I don't know what that background material is that looks like aged paper. Like, what is that exactly? What does that affect? Did it just like scan a piece of paper really, really closely and just pan across it?
It almost looks like canvas. So maybe that's what it came from. But yeah, if you'll notice too, in terms of continuity, that ring is purplish and Mati's ring is purplish. So in that regard, they did hold the continuity well.
And of course, everyone thought that the Star Sapphire ring meant that Spoonie was going to do it. It's better for this kind of thing that one character does not dominate over all others. Sure, the critic gets the most lines, but at the same time, it's a lot harder for Doug to pull that off and doing all that and directing it at the same time. Mm-hmm. And even then, it's because he's the leader, he's the one who brings us all together, and, well, I hate to admit it, but he is the most popular thing on the site.
No, he is that guy with the glasses, so...
It's his damn website, he can have more lines than
right,
us.
No, and it makes sense. I think more so than anything, this production really showed just how the site has evolved, because pretty much from last year there was one camera person, there was the one script, and it was kind of just one person had done, it was their pet project. It was Doug's pet project. And but more so than this year, it showed that we need to evolve a little bit, and we have evolved in turning, you know, multiple cameras, in assisting with directing, and assisting with some of the more major processes, because it's gotten to the point now where we want to have it more elaborate, but you can't do it with one person in less than a week to get it all filmed.
Grows into a larger
exactly
studio, larger project.
Right.
Just the evolution of the site. And it's good that there's change. It's good that there's growth.
Absolutely. And two, it showed, last year it was just Bargo kind of, you know, doing his own thing but no, with Holly and I, we had scheduled times, we had... we planned everything out, so you know, people got to eat, people got to drink, and figuring everything out. I think for next year they'll actually have a caterer, which will be cheaper in the long run, and it would be, like I said earlier, nice to have, you know, on-site food and drink, because near the end of the day it was getting pretty
uncomfortable for everybody.
Well, yeah, everybody's worn out and tired, and it's nice to have some comfort food. Just to eat or not to munch on.
Come to think of it, this sequence was filmed on the same day we filmed all the beginning stuff in Doug's house originally anyway. This was... So I think there's little details like the fact that Spoonie hasn't pulled his hair, the hair back into a ponytail. And me on the couch snoring. I was tired just for some reason. I laid down and apparently I snore, so whatever.
Oh, apparently you snore, yes. You do snore very loudly.
I'm sorry!
And actually, on that back wall where Ask That Guy is standing, I think his Rob's certificate of bartending. So,
great intercutting here for
kidding me.
back where we started.
I could see the standing water. God, that field was muddy. I keep saying that, but yeah, it was.
It was rainy. There was like 2 days straight of rain. That's why we had to film on Easter.
Pikachu with the hat back there. That whole bar area is very, very well put together, and it's got a very nice decorating to it.
Everyone's running away. Oh, we gotta go. That look Lisa gives, like, yeah. Yeah, this has all been just a dream.
And then, bam!
Let's go! Dun 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 dun. The storm drain of secrets.
And this was, I think the last main day that we were filming, and, yeah, everybody was out. So we were outside in costume for a lot longer that day. So we did have people, you know, honk car horns and honk and just like stop by and like just kind of point and laugh a little bit.
I don't think we had as much as laughing. There was that group that was kind of picnicking and watching us.
Yep.
I was wondering if I was fearful that that pictures of this would end up online and someone eventually would come across this and like, oh, they're doing a fantasy movie, like, you know, weeks before the trailer.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was I going to say here? The weather was a lot better on this day. Sure, it was still the muddy, but in terms of like temperature and whatnot, it was a lot more enjoyable than the colder days.
Yeah, I think it was low 70s, so it was actually really good to film in.
Oh, man! Hey, it's the Internet Critics! Love that voice.
You guys are awesome!
Yeah.
I think during one of the battle scenes here too, one of the styrofoam circles broke off or fell off of Phelan's costume there. So if and when that costume gets online for sale or something, you'll be able to see which one. But that was something that we kind of held like, hey, you're forgetting something. And again, this is right outside of Doug's house. This is right next door.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. I've been to his house a few times because I've been to the charity drive and for this, of course. And then he's like, "Okay, where are we going to do this?" I asked him, "Okay, where are we going to do this?" The outdoor field stuff. He's like, "Oh, it's like right outside." Like, what? I like walked past his house. How the hell did I miss this? This huge empty area. I was like, what the hell? How did I never spot this?
I'm guessing the reason that nobody built on it is because it probably was a pond or something, because it's fairly low ground that has a lot of water in it normally, but... Yeah, the rain didn't help matters any.
And of course, this is where we start getting our continuities messed up. This would have all been so much better if we just said he was from, like, 85 or something.
Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever. It was a prototype. Mm-hmm. It was a special glove that eventually became the Power Glove. It's so bad. I'm Willow. What works about that joke is that like I said, not many people have seen Willow. So it's like he has to keep reminding people he is Willow. That's his character.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, originally I didn't realize it was a Power Glove. And it was just sitting in the basement of Doug's house.
I didn't want to get down in the mud with everybody, so I'm just kind of like looking around and we're like, oh crap, I gotta pretend like I know what I'm doing. You're not worthy, man.
There we are.
Da-da-da. Oh yeah!
And again, this was a very, very windy shot. So you'll see the witch. Yeah, she's holding onto her hat. We tried to shoot it where she was just normally, but it kept blowing off. The original shot too, where it pans over each one of the villains, she's kind of doing something like. I wish we had kept that because it's hilarious. Oh God.
There was a different take of the line that I say to Mickey here. The scripted line is of course he's really getting into this. I thought it would be funnier if I said, and he's getting better at this. This is like the third inspirational speech he's given, and this is probably his best one. And it builds once again the evolution. He's actually getting good at giving motivational speeches. When in the original one, it was in the brawl. It was all like, "People, I got nothing." Think of something from those Lord of the Rings movies. Yeah, that's inspirational.
Yeah, you can see the wind there going at it.
It's beautiful. We're all wearing capes and stuff. It's badass.
But it is not this day.
There it is. Hope that alternate take ends up on the DVD.
Cool gizmos and technological toys that you hold dear.
Look to the sky. We're all excited. Reviewers of the internet!
And there Lupa goes. Woo! Yeah, this shot, I mean, we're all kind of just doing we're pumped and ready to fight thing, and I don't think they kept that shot with the waitress too big, which is way too bad. I always thought he was kind of doing the in Chrono Trigger, Chrono's stance there.
Suede?
Yep. I'm actually, I'm holding it. Each one of those swords is technically a two-handed sword, and I used to do things with the Society of Creative Anachronism, which is a group of medieval enthusiasts that are national and international, and I did heavy weapons fighting, where you'd put on armor and fight with like rattan weapons, and I was running in the same way that you would with a two-handed sword, is that you hold it with both hands, and when you approach, you kind of hop up and use that force to pull it down, because they're very heavy weapons. So a single-handed, like holding it up in the air with one hand, you wouldn't get the momentum you would need to punch through armor. So in case you were wondering about that, there you go.
At least someone was being accurate with their fight stuff and sword breaks.
Yep.
Fights with the stump of a sword.
Yep, and it was completely ad-libbed too initially, that he just pulled it out from pulled the other sword away from Mickey, and then we incorporated it into like a better you know, that was rehearsed, but initially it was just he grabbed it and Mickey just looked really confused.
What people have said that like it doesn't look good, but really it's the only way you can do this without making it look absolutely silly.
Right.
It gives a very Saving Private Ryan kind of frenetic battle feel to it, and you can have the individual gags if you need to.
Mm-hmm. Which is kind of what they did, and I have the power. Awesome.
Fail.
You can see his underwear there. Whoops.
It works.
Yep.
Because we don't want to see the little Benzai.
No. And
Mickey's just like
he's standing there next
now.
to Tom, going, whatever.
Action, Lupa.
Nom nom nom. It's funny how much biting there is in this.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Lupa was one of the few who did bring a jacket to our filming, and when this is she
Poking her with the elven ear. Gotta love that.
Yeah, Lupa actually did bring her leather jacket to filming the Team 1 stuff. So she was prepared.
With Phalis, they're like moving around in that jerky spastic. Yeah, no, that works really well for the. I really did like that.
I like it whenever whenever our blades clash and then there's a lightning bolt because it looks like there's like like it's like we're wielding lightsabers or something. Yeah. It's cool. Rawr. And this I can't remember if this was in the script or not. Just I wanted to bring out the magic gun because I wanted to ditch the sword because I wanted to because for one thing I'm not good with swords.
Well, partway too, they were starting to fall apart because this is the last day of filming, really, that we had. And yeah, viral video of the week. We said when we heard, "Launch me, Tom!" And,
I'm flying, Wendy. I laughed for like 5 minutes when I heard him say that.
Oh, handsome Tom. They only could do that one take too because apparently it was really difficult to do.
That was probably the muddy ground plus Mickey is heavy and
yeah. And it's probably tiring.
The slow motion stuff in the background, that's what sells this.
Yeah, Phalis is just using his arm on it.
He's the rock biter.
Exactly.
He has super strong skin. He's that into character.
Exactly.
He doesn't feel it. It's like it's a psychological thing. I've heard of this before.
Yep. And there goes the critic with Jappers with the sword. And then back the other way. I always love that joke. How did he get the sword? I don't know.
Apparently people did know that Lord Cat was going to be Crom because he recorded it on his stream, and
okay.
But they were waiting for it, so that's good.
Crom. Yeah, what?
Well, your own battles, you wuss.
The hell with you.
Alright, let's try this again.
Blooper.
Yeah, I think this whole sequence took several hours to fully film because they were doing various angles, various shots, various everything.
We move around a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think at one point I'd go to help fight the cat. Seriously, I had the Lord of the Rings music playing in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Rohan had arrived.
Stand alone. No, not alone.
Maybe we should go help him. To the critic! And, okay, here's the twisted irony, because, as I said, I love this movie. I think it's beautiful. It's a great work. But from a perspective of the people who were watching it, some people who thought that all the Team 1 stuff wasn't as good, but the Team 2 stuff was great, this is then symbolic of Team 2 coming and rescuing the movie.
Yep. Oh, God, that cucumber.
Yeah, was it a cucumber? I can't remember what he used. What he used for that.
They went shopping after that first night of that they got there. Yeah, and they were looking through what to get, and they initially went for potato, and then they went to cucumber.
I think cucumber worked better. Would work better than what a potato would have.
It just looks like a freaking kickstand on him, you know.
I just want to flaunt what I've got.
To my fist. Exxon Petroleum.
I'm gonna whip this cat into shape. I love this bit. It's like,
yeah, come on, bring it.
I would have liked it if there was like a crack of the bat sound right there. Mm-hmm.
Home run for Proofion!
Todd's underpants.
Yep.
We can't aim for crap.
Well, it's a machine gun from an action, and again, that's her actual jacket, and it just works so well. Like, oh, screw this. So how did you get Cloak 2's gun? Never mind, just keep firing.
I'm sure Joe carries around multiple machine guns all over him.
Oh, he just pulls it out of his back pocket, more or less.
Go back to the litter box!
Uh-oh, he froze.
Oh,
There
no,
it
it
is.
Sucker!
Hey, you're Slade. Yeah, here I am.
I just found the stone! And then we'll just stand here. I was wondering what they used to keep the stone on there, because like they pull it on and off a couple of times. Uh-oh. This is a great cliffhanger, though. I had totally forgot. By this point, when I was watching the rough cut, I had totally forgotten about this. And then just that slow pan to him and then end the part. Beautiful. Then we will continue with the finale.
Yep.